Hey, Purpose Factory community, let's talk about it. All right, so I put up a video a couple days ago speaking about just healing from trauma and different ways that you can deal with that, the different stages that we go through and how we can deal with that. And somebody hit me up, actually called my phone and brought up an issue to me. And they were like, I tried to look about a therapist, Keith, but I didn't have any insurance, so they wouldn't take me. And I was like, okay, all right, that's different. Okay, that's something that we need to address. Not everybody in our community may have the ability to get therapy, but it doesn't stop there. Okay, because you can still be able to work the stages that I spoke to you about, understanding, when you're going through different phases, how to evaluate those phases. And when you realize that you do have certain issues, that's half the battle. Understanding that you do have these issues. And what you can also do, and I speak about in my Path to Purpose, is set SMART goals for yourself. These are the same goals I told you that when you sit down with your therapist and you evaluate the problem specifically, right? And then you let them know the outcome that you would like, right? Then you're going to sit with your therapist and come up with a plan or a goal that you would like to arrive at some point in going through the therapy. If you don't have somebody to do that with you, I have another way that you could do it for yourself. It's called setting SMART goals, all right? What does SMART mean? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals, okay? Let's break that down. Same thing I said to you when you speak to your therapist, you would like to let them know that this is specifically what I'm dealing with. You can do that for yourself. Okay, this is my problem specifically. This is what I'm dealing with. Write it down. All right, we wrote it down. We understand, we see it. We acknowledge it. We know that we're dealing with this specific issue right now, okay? Then we could also write down a few different options of how you want to attack that specific situation, and make it measurable. Something that you can be able to say, okay, if I do this like this, it'll turn out like this, or like this, it'll turn out like this, and you can just play with it and write down different measurable goals to deal with the specific problem that you have, okay? So you have this specific problem that you set out for yourself, you wrote it down, and now you're writing down different measurable options for yourself in dealing with that specific problem. Another thing you want to do next is reason with yourself, honestly and truthfully. Are these goals attainable? Are they attainable for you? Are they doable? What you've measured out, okay, you wrote down a few, maybe you picked one, okay, if I do this over a certain amount of time, okay, I'd be okay. Are they doable for you? Okay, ask yourself that. If you have somebody that you trust, a family member or a friend or, a close advisor, you could also sit with them, where that doesn't cost you anything. You don't need insurance for that. They're just somebody that's truly on your side that that truly wants to see you win in life. You can, kind of work this with them as you're writing down these SMART goals. So here we are. We have a specific problem. We made some measurable options, and now we're deciding whether or not it's attainable. You also want to see if your goal is relevant, because what's good for you and works for you today may not work for you tomorrow. So I think this part should be flexible. Always be flexible with making a goal. Never want to give yourself like hard borders or hard boundaries, because when you fail at them or they don't turn out a certain way, you just kind of fall apart and give up. And we don't want that. Okay, we want to keep you motivated. We want to keep you moving towards your end of your goal. So make sure that you're being flexible. So, make sure that whatever you're planning to do, it's relevant to the direction you're trying to go in your life. All right? All right, so here we are. We're specific, we're measurable, we're attainable, and we're figuring out if it's relevant to the direction we're trying to go in our life. And last but not least, time bound. Sometimes putting a time limit on something, it just changes the perspective of how you're looking at it, because now you have a sense of urgency. You have a sense of, I have to do this. You can't just let it just kind of play on and play out long-winded. You have a time constraint that you have to be able to, attain these things and reach these goals to be able to make yourself move forward to the next level. All right, so make sure that your goals are time bound. Put some constraint. It's just for instance, I'm just gonna use for example. I wanna lose 10 pounds or I wanna lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks. You see the 10 weeks, it just gives you a little bit more motivation because now you have a time constraint to be able to lose the 10 pounds in. And I'm just using this as an example, but when you just say you wanna lose 10 pounds, that could be in 5 years. That could be in 10 years. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't give you the same urgency to be able to attack it and get at it and stay committed to it. So I want you to stay committed to it by setting some sort of a time bound for those goals, okay? So even though, you have certain issues that you're dealing with, there's certain goals that you have in life that you want to better yourself, whether it be emotionally, financially, scholastically, by going to school, starting a business, you want to be an entrepreneur, whatever the goal that you're trying to attain, always make sure that they're smart when you're doing them and you're making them. And you go through it step by step. Be specific. Make sure they're measurable. Make sure they're attainable. Make sure they're relevant. And make sure they're time bound. And I believe that you'll be successful. Okay? So that is the message of today. Make sure that your goals are SMART. Okay? It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. As long as you follow that guide, I think you'll be successful. All right? So leave a comment, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.